of last class of online class. Since 4 days, we have been dealing with lots of lots of things that related to literature in part of your examination, and keeping in your syllabus in mind. And all of our professors are dealing with lots of texts. And continue with where I have left off yesterday. And today also I'm going to, I'll try to complete that particular text entitled Tom Jones, a Foundling. And I'll try to complete it. Can anyone tell me where I have left it yesterday? Students, am I audible? Am I audible, students? Students, am I audible? Am I audible? Please send a message there in the inbox so that I can see. Yeah, we have left yesterday. I was talking to you about Tom Jones, a foundling. There we have discussed a few of the important characters there, and I have left with half of my explanation, and I'll try to complete today, and I'm going to complete one more text entitled A School for Scandal. Let us continue where I have left the yesterday, and we are introduced with Blifil and all the major characters in the story there. And can anyone tell me where I have left, where I have stopped yesterday? We are told about Sophia. We are told about Tom Jones. We are told about the person who has brought up Tom Jones in his life, Squire Alsworthy is the man who has brought Tom Jones up. And when Squire Alsworthy was informed about Tom Jones' illegal activities, that he's a womanizer who always has the habit of drinking, and Squire Alsworthy calls Tom Jones and inquires, and Tom Jones openly states that and accepts the fact that he's a drunkard and he has lots of illegal relationship with lots of young girls. So he gets angry, and finally he has to be asked to move out of the house, and he doesn't want to go away from the house, and he has to accept the fact that Squire Alsworthy sends him away from the house, and he goes out. And Tom Jones doesn't feel bad about depriving of getting properties, but he spends majority of the time uh, in along with the save the shore, all these things. So he goes there, and he has to face lots of challenges in his life. And Sophia also was deeply in love with Tom Jones, and with lots of force from her father as well to get married to Blifil. And he thinks in two perspective about the social things. And Blifil is a blood related cousin of Squire Alsworthy. And after Squire Alsworthy's death, and he is going to inherit the property. And more than that, if Sophia gets married to Blifil, she is going to stay near the house or near his house. And he had the intention of that thing, and he always forced Sophia to get married to Blifil. Whereas Sophia she doesn't want to involve herself in terms of marriage with Blifil, because true love never dies or true love never ends. That's what she is closely associated and closely in love with Tom Jones, and she plans to run away from the house. When Blifil comes to know about Western wishes, he thinks in terms of marriage. And when he meets Sophia for the first time, his meeting turns into lust, physical attraction. That's called in English, that's called infatuation. And he wanted to have physical relationship with Sophia. And Sophia doesn't give uh, excuses for Blifil to come close to her. With the help of her maid Blackmore, she escapes from her house. When Tom Jones left the house of Alsworthy, he meets Mr. Partridge. Remember, Partridge was a school teacher about whom Blifil complained to Squire Alsworthy, stating that he is the real father of Tom Jones. He when he meets and the encounter develops there, and the school Mr. Patrick tells that he's not the real father. And meanwhile there, and when he was moving there, and he saves Mrs. Waters there in an encounter with someone else, and at the end they sleep together in a local inn. And when he met Patrick, the school teacher, and there he could able to rescue Mrs. Water there, and in a fight with the strangers there, and they come very close together, and they spend that particular night in a local inn. The new character here introduced to us, that is uh, Fitzpatrick there, and he is an Irishman who abuses his wife, Harriet. Fitzpatrick always scolds his wife, and his wife runs away from him, and he always moves from one place to the another place in search of his wife. And when he comes there in search of his wife, where to the local inn where he could find Tom Jones along with Mrs. Waters, and later Tom Jones comes to know that there was a girl who came and inquiring about Tom Jones, and Mr. Patrick tells that particular girl that Tom Jones is engaged to Mrs. Waters. And later, when Tom Jones comes to know about it, and he realizes that the girl is none other than Sophia, and he his mind he is confused. His mind works in a different state, and he thinks that what would Sophia think about me, because his love with Sophia is true, and Sophia's love with Tom Jones is true. And he knows about Sophia, and he wanted to search for her, and he wanted to know where she is. But whereas Sophia, with lots of disappointment, she goes to London, and she stays with Lady Bellaston, the close relative of Sophia. And she is a leading figure in London who tries to make Sophia to get married to someone else. Someone else. Later in the story, we will understand what kind of lady Bellaston is. Mr. Partridge and Tom come to London, and they come to meet Lady Bellaston, and unfortunately, uh, Tom Jones develops a serious relationship with Lady Bellaston. And remember, Sophia also stays with her, and about which Tom Jones and Mr. Patrick they are not aware of. And she financially supports Tom Jones. She doesn't say that Sophia also stays with her. In book number 13, Tom Jones and Sophia meet together, and Tom Jones begs her for forgiveness. And he always says that I have committed a sin. Sophia, please forgive me and accept me as your partner in your life so that I will be a faithful person throughout your life. I'll pause here for a moment and I would like to ask few questions. And what do you understand so far in the story about Tom Jones? What kind of person he is? Whether his relationship with Sophia is true? Whether his love towards Sophia is true? If then, why does he want to have lots of relationship with so many women? And why does he sleep with Mrs. Waters in a local inn? We have to understand, yeah, we have to understand that Tom, when he left Squire Alsworthy's house, he never thought that he would meet Sophia again. And he thought that this is the end of his life. But the fate of a person leads to his destiny. And that is the only reason why yeah, started students because of some technical issue. There, the fate of a person takes to his destination. He never thought that he would meet Sophia again in his life, but the fate leads him to meet Sophia again. And when Tom Jones meets Sophia and he tries to catch the leg of Sophia and tries to ask forgiveness, and Sophia forgives. Always remember, Sophia is an innocent girl and she forgives. Mrs. Ballard, Lady Ballard, and she doesn't like that Sophia to be united with Tom Jones. And she feels jealous. She wants that love birds to be separated. And she wants Sophia to be separated from Tom Jones so that she will marry Tom Jones so that she can lead a happy life with Tom Jones. And there is one more character introduced here is Lord Felamer. Lord Felamer, who is having a big land there, and Lady Felament, and she wanted Lord Felamer to be engaged, to be married with Sophia. And with Lord Felamer and Lady Ballot plans and tries to execute a decision or plans that they will separate and she tells him that whenever you meet Sophia, try to rape her in the house. When a girl is raped, definitely she will be married to you. She locks Sophia and Philemon in a room. When when Lord Philemon tries to rape Sophia, a father, Squire Weston, comes and rescues his daughter, Sophia. And again, he forces Sophia to get married to Master Blifil. Remember, he had only one intention. He had two intentions in his life. One is he wanted his daughter to be married to the socially and highly respected people. Socially highly respected people, and he wanted his daughter to be married to. And second thing is, he wanted and he always wished his daughter to be near his estate. Blifil, oh, is the real blood related of Squire Western, as Squire Alsworthy, and he is the right person to be married with to Sophia. Squire Western, Miss Western, Squire Alsworthy, Blifil, and all come to London. Lady Bellaston conveys Mrs. Weston that Lord Fellamere is a better person for Sophia. She had only one intention, that if Sophia is married to Lord Philemon, and so that she can be married to Tom Jones. That is only his wish, only a wish. So Miss Waters, Miss Western agrees for this idea, and she tells her husband about a wish, but her husband, Mr. Squire Weston, doesn't agree for it. Falmer and Lady Falmer plan to kidnap Tom Jones. They plan to kidnap Tom Jones, and they wanted to put him in a boat and send him in the sea so that he can move away from that particular place. And they do it, they execute the plan. In the boat, when Tom Jones was put in the boat and he was sent there, and in the boat, he meets Mr. Fitzpatrick. Remember, Fitzpatrick is the person who came to the local inn in search of his wife, and that is the episode that is related to his life. And when he meets him, when Tom Jones meets Fitzpatrick, and Mr. Fitzpatrick thinks that Tom Jones is having a relationship with his wife. Mr. Patrick feels that Tom Jones is having a relationship with his wife. There is a fight. There is a big fight between Mr. Fitzpatrick and Tom Jones. In the encounter, in order to save, Tom Jones tries to attack Fitzpatrick, and meanwhile, he gets serious injuries. Who gets serious injuries? Mr. Fitzpatrick. Okay. People in the place of Lady Ballaton go and complain to the police station that Fitzpatrick is killed, and Tom Jones was arrested and he was put behind the bars. Mrs. Water comes to the jail to meet Tom Jones, and she informs Tom that Mr. Fitzpatrick did not die and is recovering. She tells Tom that Tom Jones is going to be saved. And again, she informs Tom Jones that Mr. Fitzpatrick has agreed to tell the public or tell the court that Tom Jones did not really attack him, and in order to save him, and he attacked me, and this is how it happened, because of my mistake it happened. And if he comes and tells the court that about it, Tom Jones would be released. Mr. Fitzpatrick sees Mrs. Waters, and he realizes she is the lady, is none other than Jenny Jones. Fitzpatrick comes there once again to, after recovering, he comes to jail to meet Tom Jones, and he could see Mrs. Waters, and Mrs. Waters is none other than Jenny Jones. And Tom Jones' mother, remember in the starting of the story where I told you, where Squire Alsworthy, when he finds a baby on his bed, and he comes across a lady named Jenny Jones, and she accepts that this is her baby, and Squire Alsworthy gives some money and sends her away, and she is the one who comes at the end, and she is the mother of Tom Jones. And Tom feels guilty that he had a physical relationship with her. Remember, she never told the public that she is Mrs. Jenny Jones. And she comes there as Mrs. Waters, with whom he had a physical contact in the local inn. When Tom Jones saved her from being attacked from the public, or from criminals, and when he saved her, they spent a night at local inn, and there he had the physical contact. Now he feels guilty that he had a physical contact with his own mother. Mr. Partridge introduces all the things, informs all the things to Squire Alsworthy and his physical contact with Jenny Jones. When he was informed about it, and what would be the final decision taken by Squire Alsworthy? That is the question here. I'll stop here for a moment and tell me, did you understand so far what is the development in the story? Students, I'm asking you, did you get the story so far? Tom Jones. Definitely there would be one or two questions based on this for 10 or 20 marks. Any questions to ask, please ask me so that I can continue. I'll finish this novel. Do you have any questions to ask? Please ask me. Text me there. Yeah. If there is no any doubts, I'll continue. Mrs. Waters, that is Jenny Jones, comes and tells the truth that she is not the real mother or actual mother of Tom Jones. And the real mother is Bridge Alsworthy. When she was going to die, she sent a letter to Squire Alsworthy stating that Tom Jones is the real son of her. When the letter was sent, Blifil, remember, he just confiscated the letter and he destroyed the letter. In that letter, she clearly mentioned that Tom Jones is the real son of her. Blifil destroys, and Blifil doesn't get the idea and what to be done, because he also doesn't know about the truth, and he destroys. Sophia, finally, Sophia marriage is very clear here, because Now, Tom Jones is the real blood related son or the blood related relative of Squire Alsworthy. They finally they got married. Both of them got married and they have two children and showed true love and generosity to the family. And this is how the story ends in a happy note. Tom Jones, from the beginning till the end, lots of struggles. Even though he's a womanizer, and finally he doesn't give up his love towards Sophia. And finally, they are married and they spend a happy life. And we are told in the novel that they have two children, and the life goes on in a happy way. And this is the end of the novel entitled Tom Jones, a Foundling. So I would like to continue. I don't know if I'm able to finish it. Yeah, I'll try to finish it. There is one more play, that is The School for Scandal, written by Richard Sherling. And this particular play was written in the 1777, 1777, 1777, and the same play was published in the same year, 1777, and it was written in London, and it is written in comedy of manners. The setting of the story is in London. The full title of the play is The School for Scandal in 5 acts. And how the story begins here. There is a lady entitled or the named Lady Sneerwell, and she takes lots of pleasure in troubling other people. And she takes lots of pleasure in gossiping to the other people. And there is one more character introduced to us. And there are two brothers here. One is Charles Surface. And Charles Surface wants to get married to Sophia. Sorry, Maria. Charles Surface is going to be engaged with Maria, but whereas Lady Sneerwell doesn't want that marriage to take place. With the help of Charles Surface's brother Joseph Surface, and she tries to stop the marriage, and she takes the help from his brother Joseph Surface, and she wanted to stop the marriage. And she, as a Joseph Surface, has a great reputation in the market. He is highly respected man in the society. But the reality here is, to the society, he looks so good, but not that much a good man in his heart. I don't say that is a rogue and is the person who takes lots of pleasure in troubling other people. But physically to the society is good, but spiritually is not. He helps Lady Sneerwell so that he could marry Maria, a brother against brother. Charles there, and there is one more brother, Joseph, and Joseph Surface, and he takes the route against his own brother, Charles Surface. And in reality, Charles Surface is a very rough man, and he is not good for. He is not good. He is not that much of helpful to the society. He is not good for nothing. Is good. He is good for nothing, and he always sits there and always consumes alcohol with his friends and always plays cards with his friends. Now, Lady Sneerwell, along with Joseph Surface, they discuss lots of things about Charles Surface and how the marriage could be stopped. That's how they discuss. There is one more character introduced at this juncture is Sir Peter, and he is a unmarried man and who always lives with his servant Raleigh. Remember, who always remained bachelor till now. Before the play begins, and he got married to a young girl. All these years, he was living with his servant Raleigh, and before the play began, and is married to a young girl, and lots of age differences. And her name is Lady Teasel. Lady Teasel, lots of age differences. Peter and Lady Teasel argue and fight always over various issues. There is not clear understanding among themselves. They might have got married, but Sir Peter thinks that he is much older than his wife and he knows the world more than what his wife knows. And he sees some of the bad and worst qualities of Lady Sneerwell in his wife, Lady Teasel. Lady Teasel. So, students, are you clear about all these things? Are you clear with the story so far? Students, if you have any doubts, please send the message in the inbox so that I can continue. If you keep quiet and it becomes one-man show. Yeah. So there is no clear understanding among the couple here between Peter and Lady Teasel. So he thinks that he is much older to his wife and he knows the world better, and he could see some of the bad and worst qualities of Lady Sneerwell in his wife. Let us see. The responsibility of bringing up Maria lies with Peter and Lady Sneerwell. Remember, Maria is not an orphaned girl. We are not given any information throughout the play. And we are told that Sir Peter and Lady Sneerwell, these two are going to bring Maria up in her life. Peter wanted Maria's marriage to takes place with Joseph's surface. But whereas Maria loves only Charles' surface. And he feels that Joseph would be a who feels. So Peter feels that Joseph would be a better fate to make Maria happy. He's a good man because he has got a good reputation in the society. But indirectly, we're told in the play, that's what, read between the lines. When you read between the lines, we will come to know that Joseph Surface is a cunning person who outwardly speaks good, but inwardly is a bad person. But whereas, even though Charles is a person who consumes lots of alcohol but is a good human being, he has a good quality of a man, and Rowley comes and interferes there and comes and tells and informs Sir Peter that Charles Surface is a good man and he would be a good fate to Maria. There is one more character introduced to us, that is Sir Oliver Surface, and he is none other than the uncle of Charles Surface and Joseph Surface, and is returning to his native after the gap of 17 years from East Indies. Remember when Oliver, sorry, when Joseph surfaced and Charles surfaced when they were very young, he left his hometown and is returning there maybe when they are in their teenagers. So again, there the scene shifts to uh, Lady Teasel and Peter there. And Sir Peter tells Lady Teasel that we are not supposed, year after we are not going to fight. Let us be a good couple. Let us be an example to the others. And he wanted, and he wanted to lead a happy life. And he wanted to lead a happy life. And there again, and she tells, Lady Teasel tells Sir Peter that she wanted some money to buy some of the expensive goods. And Peter tells her that you are not born with rich, you're not born with richness, or you're not born rich. Now, why do you want to buy such an expensive thing in your life? And the fight there, and she gets upset and she walks away. And where she walks away straight to Lady Sneerwell's house. Remember, Lady Sneerwell, she is a cunning person who doesn't take the things very lightly. She takes the things very seriously and she tries to gossip with so many people. And here we are given more information there. The Joseph Surface tries to impress Maria a lot, but Maria doesn't pay her attention to Joseph Surface because she is already in love with Charles Surface. So Joseph Joseph tries his level best to convince her, but he's failed. Again, there we are introduced to Oliver Surface. He comes to meet Sir Peter and Teasel, and they are good friends there, and they are very happy, and they discuss lots of things about the town there, and Peter talks about the two brothers there, uh, Charles Surface and Joseph Surface, and informs Oliver Surface about these two boys, how they are and how they have grown up. And Peter praises Joseph and he tells him that he is a good man, and Charles, and he tells to Oliver Surface that he is not a good man, and he doesn't have a good reputation in the society. And remember one thing, that Oliver Surface is a rich person in the town, because remember, we are not told anything about his family, about his children, about his wife. We are told that after the death of Oliver Surface, two of the brothers are going to get the share of his property. And he wanted to check out, Oliver Surface wanted to check out how these two brothers behave and how they have changed. And with the help of Sir Peter, and he tells Peter that he's going to test two of the brothers, because remember one thing, Charles and Joseph, they don't know that Oliver Surface has come to the town after 17 years. And he wanted to test, and he goes and meets Charles Surface as a money lender with a name Mr. Premium. He wanted to test two brothers. He goes to Charles Surface, disguised himself as a money lender and named Premium. To Joseph, as a beggar named as Mr. Stanley to test them. He goes to Charles surface, and he tells about various things before he meets, and we are introduced again. We just come back to Sir Peter and Teasel's house, and they just come to the conclusion that they are going to lead a happy life as couple. They are not going to fight hereafter. And Sir Peter, he should have kept his mouth shut. He just tells, because of you, the fight begins at home. When one is supposed to shut his mouth and one opens. And there the fight again begins with lots of angry. And Sir Peter tells his Teasel that she is having a relationship with Charles Joseph, and which looks to be like a lightning to his life, to her life, and she is not in a good position to accept the fact that she is having a relationship with one of the brothers. She gets angry, she is upset, and goes away to she goes away from this particular place. And the gossip here, the relationship between Lady Teasel and Charles Charles Surface, is told by or spread by Sneerwell to the town. So that is a misunderstanding there, and that's how these two, Sir Peter and Lady Teasel, got separated. Oliver again comes to Joseph to test what kind of person he is. Is Sorry, he comes there to Charles Oliver, and he comes as a premium, Mr. Premium, and he tells Charles that, do you want money? And when he comes there, he discovers Charles that he's having a alcohol with his friends. He is playing he's playing cards. Charles tells that he needs money, and he tells that he has already spent lots of money by wasting in drinking and playing cards. And he assures him that his uncle would return to the town soon and after his death, and he is sure that he is going to get some of the portion of his properties, and definitely I would return to you. And this is the word he says. And Oliver Surface doesn't believe him, and he tells that, and do you have anything to sell? And Charles Surface tries to sell some of the portraits pictures in the house, and Oliver Surface gets angry and tells him, and he just thinks, and what a rock he is. He is selling the portrait of which is there, which is hung in the house, and he wanted to buy one of the portraits which belongs to uh, Oliver Surface. And Charles tells him that I'm not in a position to sell it because it belongs to my uncle. At any cost, I'm not going to sell it. And it clearly tells Oliver Surface that Charles Surface is having a good reputation about the uncle. Remember, brothers, they don't know that Oliver Surface has come to the town. So this is how the story continues there. They don't know the real, he doesn't know the real identity of this Mr. Premium. Next, what to do is the biggest question to Charles. And Charles stays there, and the scene shifts from Charles to the other side. Oliver gets angry there. Again, he moves out, and we are not given any information that whether he has purchased or not. But We'll come to know at the end. Okay, he wanted to test Joseph. He has already tested Charles' surface, and he wanted to test Joseph's surface. Meanwhile, Lady Teasel goes and meets Joseph. Meanwhile, Lady Teasel goes and meets Joseph. She tells that she had a terrible fight with her husband. Soon Peter comes there, and Lady Teasel is so puzzled, and she is made to hide in the house. Sir Peter comes and meets Joseph, and he tells that she's having a relationship with one of your brothers, and I don't want that to be continued, and I want you people to be so close to our family, and Joseph, you're going to marry Maria. And again, Charles comes into the picture, and he comes to his house, and he is so bewildered, and he asks Joseph asks Peter to hide and in his house, and he tells that don't go and hide there, please come here. He knows that Lady Teasel is hiding in that particular place. So soon, uh, charles meets joseph Charles meets Joseph. Here it is a very interesting scene develops. He meets there, and he asks, "How are you?" and all, and he inquires about Lady Teasel, and he tells that she is having a relationship with you, and how could she or he be happy? And he tells, "Shut your mouth. Lady Teasel is here in this house, and Sir Peter is also in this house." And both of them come out of the house, and they have a long discussion there. And finally, Lady Teasel confesses that she has a relationship with one of the brothers. So it is the end of the relationship, and she wanted to be a happy man year after. She wanted to be a happy wife to uh, that person, Sir Peter. So again, lots of confusing state of mind here comes there. Oliver comes and reveals his identity, and both the brothers get confused, and both the brothers ask forgiveness. So majority of the property is given to one of the brothers, Charles there, and Joseph is married to Maria. The story ends in a happy note where all the families get together. Even the problem of Sir Peter and Miss Lady Teasel uh, solved. Again, there one more character which I was telling you, Lady Sneerwell, and she is the girl. She is the lady who spread lots of gossip about this family to the town. And finally, she is also penalized. She was also what shall I say, punished. And a servant snake a servant snake, and he is the one who spread lots of gossips about the family. And Lady Sneerwell, and she is the one who plans about the things, and Snake, the servant, who executes the plan. Who executes the plan. This is how the story comes to an end. So I finished with few of the topics which are assigned to me to do, and sorry I couldn't complete all the topics which are given to me to do it. And students, this is online classes, and you will be having physical classes, that is offline classes, in all the regional centers starting from maybe next month or something. If you people find it if you have free time, please attend the classes, and we will try to cover few of the topics which are given to us, and prepare yourselves for the exam. clearly and write the exam clearly, and most probably whatever the texts we have dealt with, questions will be asked based on that. I always keep on repeating, write the quality answer, not the quantity. Don't think that if you write pages and pages and together you will get good marks. We want only the quality answer. Whenever the question paper is given to you, dear students, please go through the question paper clearly. Try to answer to the question which is asked. Don't deviate from the main topic which you are discussing with. Yeah. Any other questions you can ask me, students? Do you have any major questions to ask? Okay, comment on something. Okay, for example, comment on the title of the play, The School for Scandal. So the story revolves around this particular theme. And what are the major roles of the characters? Why this play is entitled like that? So you're right. To go back to the novel there, Tom Jones, the entire story is based about his life. Nothing moves out of his life. One or the episode, there are episodes which are linked to the story, but all the episodes which are discussed there linked to Tom Jones. From the beginning, when he was found as a small child on the bed of Squire Alsworthy, till the end where he is married to Sophia, the story is revolving around him. And that's how the story is entitled as Tom Jones. Most probably sketch the character of Tom Jones and what are the roles played by minor characters in the novel Tom Jones. And what is the role played by Squire Alsworthy? And what is the relationship between Sophia and Tom Jones? Write a comparative study of Blifil Alsworthy and Tom Jones. And you may be asked a question related to what are the themes of the story, or what are the themes that the author is trying to indicate in the novel Tom Jones. So like this. Write quality answer. It should be paragraphed. Don't write in a single page, but try to write in paragraph wise. Then only you'll be able to get good marks. So you will be having classes in Mysore region from 19th, but we will be told, I don't know when you are going to be informed about the other centers where the classes are going to be conducted. We are yet to receive the circular from the Office of the Vice Chancellor. Definitely the offline classes are going to begin in Mysore from 19th to 25th. 26th, you have your open elective classes. Any other question? So do we need to add our opinions instead of questions of critical comment? Yeah, you can add. It's better, I always tell, it's better to write few of the quotations or extract few of the quotations from the textbook. Definitely it will fetch you good marks. Maybe when you're writing a maybe critical analysis of the poem, whatever what I don't remember what are the poems dealt with, but if you write, maybe if you take up one or two lines from the poem and if you put it in the answer scripts, definitely it will fetch you good marks. Remember, students, preparation is more important than reading. There are reading and preparation, lots of differences. What is preparation? Preparation means you are reading as well as you are understanding a particular text. Reading means you are reading for the sake of enjoyment. Maybe modern day-to-day novels like what is this from case for you? Your question is not clear. Can we borrow the book from case? So yeah, you can. We can come to library, bring your identity card, get what shall I say, library card there from KSY library. By producing your ID card, you will be given two or three library card there. You can borrow two or three books from the library with 15 days of expiry. Within 50 days, 15 days you have to return and you have to renew. So do you get good score if you write? Yeah, obviously. If write good answer, no one is going to be deprived of getting good marks. That's what we say. That's what I keep on repeating. We always look for quality answer. Okay. Any other questions, please ask me before I wind up. Quickly send me the message. Those who are very close to Mysore, please visit library once in a while. Library contains lots of book. There are one, two, three, four rows are there. English books are there. 4, 5 rows are there. Come and read, enrich your knowledge. Take down, sit there. If you are not able to borrow and take home the books, you can sit there and write, and you can take down few of the points there. Where to get the ID card, sir? Yeah, bring your I think it has been sent to the address given. If you're not received, bring your admission form there to the office case for you and demand them. They will give you ID card. ID card is available there in case for you admission section there. You can contact them by producing your admission form where you pay the fees and all the things you have to produce. Yeah, any other questions? Hope all our professors not received means you have to contact office or you have to contact your regional center. Yeah, hope all of professors and assistant professors are in. Please ask your regional center. If it is not available, please contact KSOU administrative office or where admission is taking place. There you can contact them. Hope our professors have made your lessons easier. If you have any doubts, please go through the websites. All our assistant professors mobile numbers are available. You can contact them at any moment from 10 o'clock to 5:30 in the evening. We are always ever ready to answer your questions. Whenever you call us, please tell us which cycle you belong to, whether you're first semester or second semester, whatever it is. Okay, we receive lots of calls, so that's why I'm telling. Okay, students, write your exams well. Write your exams well. All the best. May God bless you. Thank you so much. I have one more class. I'll continue with second semester. Thank you, students.